Hey guys, it's Ashley with Pugs and Pearls, and today we are going to be doing a get ready with me look. I am going to be using my Natasha Denona. This is one of their smaller palettes that they came out with. This is the mini sunset palette, and I thought I would just give this a try today and also bust out some products that, you know, I haven't really been using that I wanted to just put on my channel that I really wanted to try. So we're just gonna have fun tonight with makeup. It's late, it's at night, and this quarantine has been going on way too long, and I just want to do something fun, something normal. So we're gonna play with makeup tonight, and I'm excited just to try some stuff I haven't had a time to do. So I'm going to start with the Professional. This is my base, and this is something, again, new that I've been really trying to utilize more of. I've only used this like once or twice now, and it is supposed to be more of a hydrating primer versus the other Professional, which is, in my opinion, still somewhat hydrating, but it still looks like the same consistency. It's just that, there it is, focus. It's just kind of got a very skin tone tint to it. So I'm just going to go ahead and dot that on some of the areas where I have big pores, and I'm going to massage it in. It has that same kind of floral scent to it, so if you don't like scents, you might not like this primer. But in my experience, the Professional is one of the best primers to fill pores. It actually does what it claims to do. And don't we love that when a product actually works? All right, so I've got that on there. We are now going to move on to concealer. So I have been testing out the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer, and this has been going pretty well. Like, I actually like this product. It's very, very similar to the Tarte Shape Tape, but at a fraction of the price, which I think is really nice. And again, a little bit goes a long way, so I wouldn't like overdo it too crazy or anything like that. I do like to cover up, again, some of my red spots and stuff like that. I'm going to zoom you guys in just a little bit so you can see me up close as we do this. I'm going to take one of my brushes. This is one of my BH Cosmetics. It's a 138 brush. It's very nice and angled. I love to use this to kind of just pat in my concealer. And you can see, like, it's pretty good concealer for, I think it's like a $5 concealer. I got mine at Target, but you can pick them up at Ulta. Lots of good places to get those. Really affordable. Again, if you're looking for a dupe, I don't know if it's quite as good, but I will say the coverage it's pretty solid. And it does get pricey getting the Shape Tape, although, I mean, I really am addicted to the Shape Tape. I don't know if I'll ever be able to fully get away from it, but I like that there is an alternative in case, you know, we gotta cut down and live on a budget, because that's a reality. It could be a reality for a lot of us, you know, as we're facing lots of crazy stuff in this pandemic. And I don't know, it's just a weird time. Like, I can't, it's hard to even like describe, like, just, I don't know, being in isolation, even when you have someone that you're with, it's a really weird experience. I don't know, I don't like it. I don't like being away from everybody. So guys, for an eye base, I'm going to be taking my MAC Paint Pot in Painterly. As you can see, I have used this very, very consistently. It is a great eye base. Again, it just provides some coverage for your eyes, and it also provides a good base for your eyeshadow to go, so that your eyeshadow will actually last all day long. And I think that's one of my favorite things about this product. Again, a little bit goes a long way. MAC, there are other, you know, brands out there. Essence has some that you can put as an eye base. I still think this particular MAC product is high up there as far as like one of my top eye bases that I use. Like, this is kind of like my go-to, one that I use every day. Just to prime my lips, guys, we are going to be using this Brazilian Kiss. This is the Sol de Janeiro lip butter. Oh my gosh, this is like one of my favorite new things. It is it's such a good hydration for your lips, and it smells so good. It makes me feel like I'm on a tropical island. It really, really does. Okay guys, next up I am going to do a little bit of a combination for my foundation. I have this little mini. It is the Hello Happy Soft Blur Foundation from Benefit. It's like this really mini tiny version, and it's super cute. It's like itty bitty. It has this cute little smile on it right here, but I don't know if it's my exact shade, so I'm actually going to mix this tiny little guy with my L'Oreal True Match Lumi Glotion. If you guys have not seen or tried this product, I've actually had this, I want to say for maybe 2 years now, and it's just a nice product to like kind of enhance the glow of your foundation. It gives you kind of like that natural kind of summery bronzy vibe without being too crazy. So I'm actually going to mix these and then just start putting that on for foundation. So I'm just going to mix that on my hand really quickly, and also it just kind of like lightens up that foundation, and again hopefully provides me with more of a dewy consistency, because I do feel like this foundation leans slightly yellow and I am more of like a pink undertone. So I'm just going to go ahead, lay that on, and quickly buff that in and see how it goes with my Sigma F80 kabuki brush. I actually think this would have been better with my oh my gosh, with my beauty blender. I just forget to pull it out. I need to get a little spray bottle of water so that I just have it ready to go. That I think would be actually much more helpful, just sitting at my vanity, so I don't have to get up and go to a sink. I think that's what stops me from using my beauty blender, but I feel like this might have like gone on a little bit smoother, maybe a little bit lighter with a beauty blender, but the more I blend it, actually, the more I like it. So it seems a little light, does seem like it leans a little yellow, and again, this is a sample size, so obviously it's probably not going to be my perfect shade. But it is giving me a decent amount of coverage, actually, more so than I originally thought that it would. Alrighty guys, so for powder we are going to be using, this is the Kind is the New Pretty, has that little saying on this packaging for Tarte, but this is actually their Shape Tape Powder Foundation in light beige. So it does have a slight tint to it. It is a little bit, again, you can see it's got a little bit of color there. Nothing too crazy because I am in the light shade. And this does provide just a slight more bit of coverage, and it does change the color a little bit, but nothing too crazy. Again, I do like the Shape Tape line, as you can probably tell. I've used the foundation from Shape Tape, I've used the powder, I've used of course the concealer, and I do think it's a very good line of product. Pretty cool stuff, works very, very well. But this does give me a little bit of color and just kind of sets that foundation. For blush, I am going in with my Becca. This is actually a split. They don't sell it like this anymore. It's got a champagne pop highlighter in here, and then also this is Flower Child, which is a lovely, like really light pink blush, but you can build this up. Right now it's like my go-to color, but I really like just how kind of natural it looks. It's nothing like too crazy, but I think it like is very flattering on a lot of skin tones. And in the pan it looks really light, but I feel like, you know, once you pop it on and build it up, like you totally can see that it has a little bit more color, and it just gives you like a nice flush of pink. And then we're going to go right on into the highlighter. We're just going to take, again, that champagne pop. I'm just going to do a little bit on this tiny brush here and just slowly pop it on my cheeks. This is one of my favorite highlighters, you guys. Like, I just can't use anything else right now. I feel like it does such a good job. It's got that pretty kind of gold with, to me, like a hint of peach in it. It's just, I don't know, super gorgeous. Now for bronzer, I'm going to go in with something. This is a mini version, and this is the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. I love this bronzer. I have used it for a long time, and they recently, I noticed, came out with like a mini version. So I am going to take this and just kind of dust a little bit onto my cheeks. I find it to be very, very natural. And you can build this up, or you can go super light, but it's definitely good for lighter skin tones, and it just does a good job of like kind of giving you a bronzed tan look without overdoing it or making you look orange. I feel like a lot of bronzers have a tendency to lean orange. This is a more of a cool tone bronzer, so it doesn't do that to me, yet it still gives you a nice wash of color. Alrighty guys, we are ready to do some eyeshadow, and again I'm going to be taking this Natasha Denona palette. This is the Sunset or the Mini Sunset palette. I really like these types of colors, and it does give you a little chart on the back as far as like which one, the names of each one as well. So we are going to take this lightest one first. This is going to be our little transition shade, and this is Halo. So I'm going to take a fluffy brush just to start out, and we'll do kind of like a big fluffy brush here just to start out with Halo. And again, it's kind of like a caramel, kind of like brown. So I'm going to zoom in just a little bit more so you guys can see my eyes just a little bit better. Good. We're going to just go in and really fill in that crease there and try to buff it out and get a nice shade started. It's a very pretty color. It's like a nice warm brown, but it's not like too crazy pigmented. I think it's a really perfect kind of shading transition color right there that we can put in the crease to get us started. Alrighty guys, next up we are going to go in with this medium toned brown here. This is another matte shade. This is in the shade Dirty Mars. And again, it's just more of a richer brown, taking a slightly denser fluffy brush. And I'm just going to again go back into that top part of the crease and blend towards the center and inner corner. Not going too far in, but a little past halfway. And maybe go down a little bit in the corner. This is gorgeous, you guys. I have actually had this palette for a while and I haven't really had time to play with it. And I know Natasha Denona, her products are kind of expensive. I've never purchased a full palette just because I do think that they're too pricey for eyeshadows. You can still get great eyeshadows for cheaper. That's why I went with the mini palette, and I believe it was $25, which is super pricey for a, you know, tiny palette. But that being said, like, I am happy to see that her eyeshadows have not disappointed yet, because people did rave about that and I was a little worried, like, man, if this is not, if it's not good, I'm going to be really disappointed. So next up, I'm going to take a tighter fluffy brush, kind of like a more dense, brush, if you can, there we go. See, and I'm going to go in with this really beautiful red shade here. This is going to be Sunbeam. I'm just going to pack this on, and then I'm going to really pack this in to the corner and kind of go almost midway to the eye, because I really want this color to be prominent. Really pretty, kind of a shimmer, so not a lot of harsh glitter, kind of like micro shimmer. Very, very pretty though. And again, I'm just kind of packing that on. Alrighty, so we've packed it on. I'm going to go in with the next shade. I'm going to try to also find another flat brush that I can pack on. I may have to use my finger. Sometimes that is the better method. Aha, I found a good one. This is my Bogashis. No, I think this is a MAC. It's such an old MAC brush, but it is their tiny flat shader brush. And I am going in with this really pretty gold color here. This is called Apollo right here. Very kind of a dark gold. This is very, very pretty to me. This reminds me of like such a nice summer palette. And I'm just putting it right in the center and going in just a little bit. Kind of blending it slightly into the red. And that looks really, really pretty. And then I'm actually gonna go in with my finger in that same shade just to pack it on a little harder, because again, I think your finger is a best tool. Sometimes when you just need to get it a little bit more harsh on the lid. And then I'm gonna go in again with that flat shader brush, and I'm gonna go in with the very last shade here on the left. This is called Guava. And it's just a lighter shimmer shade, and I'm just gonna pop that right in the corner as like a lighter gold, and right on the inner corner of my eye. just to kind of have like a transition from that gold from light to dark. Really pretty. I'm really impressed. Like these shadows definitely had a lot of hype, and I was worried that they would not live up to the hype, but they look really good. So I'm going to do some under eyeshadow just to make this more of a smoky look. I'm going to take my e.l.f. smudge brush, which is a really tight brush. I'm going to go in again with this light brown here, the halo, and I'm just going to kind of slowly kind of shade that under my eye just to give me a little bit of color. And then I'm going to go in with the darker shade and just do that in the corner here and bring it in just a little bit underneath my eye. Really, really pretty. Excellent. And then the last thing I'm going to do before I kind of finish this off, I am going to go back in with a fluffy, again, shader brush so that I can just kind of like blend a little bit of this out. And I feel like I've lost a little bit of the red, and this is what happens I feel like sometimes when you pack shades. So I'm going to go in and just slightly put it over and in the corner just so that we can see it a little more prominently, because it is a pretty shade. Alrighty guys, next up we are going to go in with the Goof Proof pencil for my eyebrows. I am in the shade, I believe, 3. And so I am just going to, I am almost done with this. Like I really need a new one. So I am just going to go in and try to fill in those brows just a little bit with the little stick I have left. I definitely need to repurchase this. I love it. Does a good job of just filling in my eyebrows ever so slightly. Not really changing their color, but just filling them in. And then the next product is the Give Me Brow by Benefit. And again, this is just a really cute little bottle. I think this is a full size, but this is just one that kind of gives you a little bit more fiber in your brows and then also a little bit of a hold. So it helps fill them in, helps give them a little bit of color, but it also like has a gel in it that kind of holds it, which I really like. I think that's super helpful. And it's just an easy way to do your brows without like having to spend a whole bunch of time. I think that's what I like about it the best. Alrighty guys, for eyeliner we are going to be using the Kat Von D in Trooper. This is one of my favorite black felt tip eyeliners. I think it works extremely well and it wears extremely well throughout the day. Come on, focus. There we go. Great, love that. And then I'm actually going to switch it up. I have been using my Damn Girl mascara, but I'm going to switch it up and use my Better Than Sex mascara from Too Faced. I really like this one. It gives me volume and length, and I haven't used it in a while. So I'm going to bust it out. Hopefully it's not too dry, and it will give me some nice lashes. I feel like it's like instant lash. This is one of my favorite ones when I want to like go all out with lashes. Yeah, I feel like it does such a good job. And it hasn't dried out yet, which is good. I've had this one for a little bit. Awesome. For my bottom line mascara, I am going to take the Mega Length from Wet n Wild. This is a great lower lash line mascara, very thin wand, and I can just go in and pull down those itty bitty lashes because I barely have them. And honestly, this is drying up. It's not working as well as I would like it to, so I do need to go in and purchase a new one, but I'm doing my best to get what is ever left in this tube, so that one is definitely getting repurchased as well. Alrighty, I think we are ready for lipstick. I'm very excited. We are going to be trying a new product to me. I got this in my last Sephora Play Box. This is called Star Woman by NARS. It looks like this beautiful red shade, and I'm not sure what kind of, it's a lip pigment. So I have never tried any of their lip pigments. Let's give this one a shot. It seems like it is very pigmented. That's a beautiful red. Alrighty guys, so this is the final look. I am blown away at this lip pigment in Star Woman. What a pretty color, and it just kind of like dried down so nice on my lips. It's really, really gorgeous. The eyeshadows were very pigmented, really pretty. You know, you never know what you're getting into sometimes when you do mini palettes. Sometimes they're not worth it, even if the brand is usually a good brand. Sometimes they're not. So $25 is a lot, but I do like these colors. I know this is kind of like a summer look I would wear a lot. So I'm really, really happy that I did pick this up and I did try it because they are super, super pretty. The foundation is okay. I wouldn't say that it's like my favorite. I do like mixing my foundation though with this glow lotion from Lumi. Or L'Oreal. It's the Lumi glow lotion. I do like it. This is in the light glow, so you can get them in darker ones as well. But overall, like, I'm pretty happy with this look. Just something fun, just something different. Again, being in quarantine and not really getting to go outside is starting to take its effect on me. So just to have fun and play with my makeup is honestly a nice break from reality. So I hope you guys enjoyed this Get Ready With Me video, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!